Okay, it's not Tuesday, but here I am. Hi, I just wanted to kind of, I guess, do a little quick streaming session because I feel like I never get a chance to get back with the comments, and I thought I would spend some time and kind of pilot to see how it would be like to do kind of like a Q. I don't want to call it Q&As on Fridays, but like basically me going back to comments because I'm so horrible at getting back to the comments in my videos. I used to be really, really good at it, and I was like on it. Like it would just boom. I'd be like replying as soon as I got one. But I just, a lot of things in life, being a mom, all that good stuff. And I don't get the time to. So I would like to kind of go back and take a look at them, and then hopefully I'll be able to go back and type my answers. But if I don't, I'll have this video for people that hopefully ask questions, and I can get back to you here. So yeah, they're in no particular order, as you can see in my comments bar graphic area. Hey, Amy. Um, it's basically like it'll show me the videos, and then it'll tell me like if there's a comment on it or not. So there's a comment on my 11 centimeter Obitsu review, which this is an ancient video. I did this like years ago. So it's really nice to see that people are still watching my older videos, my really, really old stuff. So shout out to you, and thanks Cindy for watching. I really appreciate it. So Cindy says, "Hi, I'm new to BJDs. Can you recommend where I can buy one of these adorable dolls? Thank you and blessings." The deep lore. So Cindy, these were sold on Junkie Spot, and I'm actually not quite sure if he is looking to bring them back or not. Um, but in other places that sell these, I believe you can actually just get them off of Parabox. There's a website called Parabox. You might even be able to get them directly from the Ubitsu store itself. And I don't want to say this, don't quote me, but I think you can find some like on eBay. Like, I mean, these are the dolls that not a lot of people, I guess, are really worried about as far as like recasting and things are concerned. So I'm pretty sure they're kind of accessible. Whether or not they make them or they're readily available or not is the bigger question. So I'm not sure if I answered this for you or not. Um, but I would definitely give those places a look first. So yeah. Um, I have been putting out, and I say I have, but not me. It's hubby. Hubby's been making my TikTok videos, which if you're a TikToker, you can follow me on TikTok, which is I think I'm just at Asenva. I tried to do AsenvaBJD and then it wasn't available, as strange as that is. So I think you can just look me up as Asenva. I have two TikTok channels. One's from like my anime and manga stuff, and the other one's for my BJD stuff. So, but yeah, so basically we've been uploading and sharing those because I know not everybody's a TikTok person. So we've been sharing my TikTok videos to YouTube Shorts, which is basically YouTube's version of TikTok. So yeah, thank you, Mikey, for watching my shorts. I appreciate that. Hey, M. Collier. Andrea says, "I love my large BJD. It's so awesome to see something focused on the big dolls. I got into the hobby because of them, and I fell in love with the doll family H billion, and now I have three doll family H's, him and then two at 72 centimeters. Just got an Impel House Rex secondhand. Wow. I have a 75 centimeter boy on the way. Man, Andrea is just like, you are just grabbing those large dolls. My dream is to open up an Etsy shop based around these big boys and hard to find outfits for boys and bigger girls, as I've acquired them 90% of the clothes I have had to make, so I can only imagine what other doll collectors do to outfit them." Wow, this is really surprising to me, honestly, just because I feel like I thought that there's more variety, I guess. But I did recently, I think just today, released the article about 70 centimeter dolls. So I have the video that we did, the Dolly Talk Tuesday, and then I did a article on 70 centimeter dolls. And I got the wonderful Nadie to give me pictures of their larger dolls, and I put them into the article as well. But yeah, it is really strange with the clothing because most of it is labeled like 70 centimeters, and it's like for SD17 dolls. But in reality, there's a lot of variety between these larger scale dolls. So, oh man. Well, if you do end up making an Etsy shop, make sure you tell me so I can give you guys a shout out for your shop. Y'all are punks and Jen. Hey, yo, this is so random, but it's nice to see some people here as I'm streaming this because this is just really funny. Hey, Azra, I was about to go to bed, but I'm glad I got to catch your stream. Yeah, it's kind of a random stream today. I just kind of wanted to look through the comments that I have not been able to get back through because I'm horrible. Mr. Joe saw one of my older videos with just tips and tricks how to restring a BJD. And they asked any tips for how to measure the correct length of cord for the legs. That's a tricky one, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I have always just reused the measurements that come with the string. I'm pretty sure though, there's like, I think there's like a guide. I want to say like DOA has it on like, how to measure out how much you need. But I always thought I always like, not to lie, like sometimes I do kind of eyeball it because as far as the legs go, in most dolls they're strung kind of like a rubber band like U shape. I don't have any string with me here. I can like grab off the top of my, okay, hold on, I'll grab this. Okay, so if you imagine like this is like a, like this is tied up here, right? Like a thing of elastic. So most of them are done like this. One loop goes down to the bottom of one ankle hook and the other one goes to the other ankle hook. So when I'm putting it together, I usually just kind of like see how it would look and how it would feel. If I could imagine it going strung through the legs and going to the neck. But I want to say that there should be like a number somewhere. I don't know what it is off the top of my head right now. I'd have to do research for you on that. I mean, I'm going to be completely transparent with you. But I do happen to use just whatever's in there. Like I'll use that as a guide and usually make it a tad bit smaller. I don't know what that flat out centimeter is like for each of the dolls, because the trick with that too is that not all dolls are the same size, even though they're in the same category, and there's some 1/3 dolls that are bigger than others and shorter than others. So your string, your elastic that's inside is going to change. So, yes. Yes. Kat says, I hope they do make a clothes shop. All my big dolls are unusually shaped or taller than average. Yeah, right. I tell, yep, it's a need. So, Mr. Joe, I'll hopefully get a better answer for you. But I mean, I usually just use what was already inside of the doll as a baseline to guide myself when I'm putting in the new string. So, yes. Laguna on our 70 centimeter says, have you heard of the company Conarium? They have a 120 centimeter girl, and I've seen them on Stacy's Pink Ocean. No, I've never heard of that before. Oh, I love all these suggestions for like the larger dolls, like to take a look at them because it's crazy. And I think Obitsu just dropped the like announcement that the doll, like the 120 centimeter that they have, is coming out soon, and I guess is like ready to order. So it's really exciting to see these humongous dolls coming out. But I'll have to take a look at that, Laguna. I've never heard of that company before, so I will have to like look. Sing Blue Silver says, I have 3 of the 70 centimeter dolls, 2 of the original doll she's Saints and a hound, and the other is a spirit doll Thorn. Nice. Oh man, you were lucky to get a doll sheet doll. Heard a lot of craziness right now with poor doll sheet. All right. Wow, we have a lot of comments actually in the 70 centimeter and larger BJD video. This is really cool. So Rabid Bunny says, I love my ring doll BJD boys. When I first started collecting, I told myself 1/4 and smaller. And I went on to the 1/3, which led to the big boys. And now I run towards the big boys. I also have one from Resin Soul and one from Dolly's, and I'm looking at another Resin Soul 72 centimeter. I got a new one who's pretty. So I'm leaning to sew better just to keep them dressed. Wow. So a lot of you guys seem like for the larger dolls that it's not really, still not very accessible for you guys to find clothes. So a lot of you guys are sewing. But I think we talked about during that stream that hopefully it's not too bad to sew for those dolls since they're so big. But that's still a nightmare, you know? I wish that was a more accessible thing for the doll community to find larger clothing if, we have larger dolls. So interesting. Eris says, I currently have one doll and he's 72 centimeters. Honestly, love how big he is. I don't like BJDs under 60 centimeter. I think the 60s to 80 centimeter is the sweet spot for sizes. He's a pain to get clothes for. Less because of his height and more because he's a doll chateau, so he's scrawny AF. And everything for dolls as tall as him is too big for him. Wow, I didn't think about that too. Yeah, especially if Doll Chateau has a large doll, because yeah, they do make their dolls on the slimmer side. Wow, I can't imagine seeing somebody's collection like if they only collected 60 to 80 centimeter dolls. Like, what kind of shelf do you have them on? And is it like an industrial shelf? Because that's like a lot of resin for them to all be sitting on. Like, I'd imagine the shelf is starting to like bow, because of all the weight. That's crazy. That's really cool though. That's really neat because some people are very specific about the sizes they collect, and that is a size to collect, let me tell you. All right. Penny Sized Dreadful says, topic right on time. I don't have any BJDs yet, but I'm waiting on 2 70 centimeter males. Oh man, go big or go home, man. That's what Penny said. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Cats is on the plus side of making my own doll clothes. It's very good practice. So there you go. Yeah, if you're trying to learn how to sew, then it's a perfect model for you. Bruh. We have a comment on our Dolly Talk Tuesday where we talked about 1/4 scale dolls that were under $300. And Rabbit says, most of my under 300 MSDs are Doll Zone, Mystic Kids, and Doll Leaves. So thank you for this. I really wanted to find more in that price range. And now I have a whole list of dolls that I can look at. You're welcome. I mean, I really honestly can't take all the credit. Nadie was a super duper big help. So again, shout out to you, Nadie. Thank you so much for helping me on that and your continued wisdom as I continue to write more of these updated articles, because that's really helpful. So one of my shorts, I think, because it's really interesting, the TikTok community, I feel like is the newer like group of doll collectors. It's definitely got more. I feel like I don't know if it's real or not, but I feel like they're younger collectors than our YouTube scene here. And a lot of them were asking about AliExpress and buying dolls off of Etsy and things like that. So I guess this is a response to one of the shorts that I did talking about Etsy and AliExpress type things. And so I think it's Kaze, maybe Delmar, says, I didn't know about recasts when I bought one on Etsy, but I will say that the one I got was beyond beautiful. So even the recaster has amazing face-up skills. And that's the part that really kills me, honestly, is that, which I don't understand. And I think it was really funny because who did that recently? I reblogged their story because BJD Shop was asking to like produce their dolls, and they were like, no, bro, you make recast dolls. And anyway, so the conversation goes back and forth on Instagram between BJD Shop and I can't remember who it is. Why can't I remember who it is? It's like a really popular sculptor, and I can't think right now. But that's one of their points is like, yo, you have artists, like your own team of artists. Like, why not just like stop making recasts and just make your own dolls? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, if you're trying to like follow the straight path, like, why are you still producing recasts? Which, is just mind blowing. Rap. I think it was Rap. Yeller Punks is telling me it's Rap in chat. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it was Rap. I'm not 100% sure, but that sounds right. I think you're right. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, it drives me crazy. And it's sad because what's happening now in the doll scene is that some of these recast companies, and I think it is BJD Shop, that do have the artists, they did start making their own dolls, like because now they have like artists and stuff. But a lot of the BJD community is still reluctant to buy them, even though it is a doll that was created by them and it's not a recast. People still are very reluctant to buy it because essentially you'd still be supporting the company that is making the recasts. So it's a very torn thing because, I know, for example, like on our page, our BJD Addicts page, that has popped up a couple of times where people want to talk about the dolls that are coming from those companies that are the artist-made ones versus the recast ones. But, we still, the moderators and I talked about it, and it's still such a touchy subject, though, because yes, you're giving money to them, but I mean, essentially, some of it does go back to the company as well. I don't know how they divvy it up, especially with the recast companies, but I just, a lot of the community just does not feel comfortable with it yet because of that reason. So, I mean, if they completely stopped making recasts and then solely started just making their own dolls because they have the power to do it, but they just don't. I think it would be a little bit more accepted if they would just flat out stop making recasts. I think their own dolls that their sculptors are making would be a little bit more accepted, but it's just really sad because it's just like they still make the recasts. So yeah, it's weird. So interesting, yeah. So it is interesting. So I mean, that's great that you got one that you enjoy. It's just sad. I really wish that they would, they have the skills that they would just, do that, but they don't. So maybe one day, I don't know. Another comment. To my BJD Dollar Tree fines, which is now $1.25. Which I know it was just really funny because like thinking about it now, like some of the stuff that's there, you can probably still find it cheaper at Walmart, like 80 cents versus like $1.25 now. So I guess you really have to pick and choose now sometimes with the Dollar Tree stuff. But Karen says, love all your BJD dolls. I just bought my first one, the two-headed girl. They're beautiful. So I'll be making clothes. Without clothing and makeup, it was 80. It was clothes. If it was clothes, it would cost 160. Question: what size shoe do they wear? Oh, I don't. Karen, I would have to know which one you have. I don't. I actually don't know. The only two-headed girl I can think of is the Siamese twins that Chateau came out with one time. I don't know who else makes a two-headed girl. To be honest with you. But usually, when you buy shoes and things like that, they're usually listed, like the measurements are listed there, so it'll tell you like what the foot size is, and based off of that foot size, you'll take a look at shoes when you go buy them from different stores online and stuff, and it'll as long as it kind of matches up with your centimeters and the foot size, you should be good. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to know what doll it is. I don't know what doll that is. Yeah, if you just look at the measurements, you should be good as gold. Next, another for our 1/4 dolls under 300. Tina says, one thing you've all got to realize, reshipping, is that Chinese government shut down all businesses in the shipping port in Shanghai as a part of their zero COVID policy for at least a month. So they caused a lot of delay for companies that are either located in China or shipped from Chinese ports. That's out of doll companies and dealers' control. Edit. I'd like to add that Resin Soul Bumblebee have been killing it with their new sculpts. Totally worth a look. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, okay, so rewind. So yeah, if you don't know this, yeah, there has been some shutdown in China because of correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is because of the COVID. The COVID numbers have been going up over there, so they've had to essentially shut down, and so that's what's been causing a lot of the delays. So in no way, shape, or form am I trying to be like, "Wait, I want my stuff," but like it's it's just amazing to see like so many people, that they're gonna be so behind, and I feel so bad for them. It's just because there's a lot of people. It's a popular store, like a lot of their stores, and that's a great place for people to get deals and things like that. So my heart goes out to them. It's horrible, that they have such high numbers and things like that, and I hope things get better for them. So yeah, in no way, shape, or form am I trying to cry about it. It's just amazing because there's a lot of people, and a lot of people are in the same boat. So we all just kind of have to hang in there and just continue to wait and hope for the best. M. Collier says doll leaves has a doll with a face on both sides of the head. Maybe it's that one. I have no idea. I don't know, but the price seems kind of low, so I'm not quite sure what doll it is and where they got it from. So I don't know. For my doll shelf life short, I can't remember which one this one is, but Sarah says, I was expecting you to accidentally bump one leg of one in a moment of panic as you hug your entire collection to prevent dominoes. has really happened to me so many times. Yeah, honestly, that's why I don't have my dolls sitting like on the edge anymore. Like I used to have like a lot of dolls, like when I would sit them on my shelves, like I would have their legs hanging off the side here. There was too many times where my like Mexican booty or like Mexican hips would like bump into them and they would like tragically fall to the floor, and thank God I have carpet. But like I don't like them being there. So now I kind of have them like on a riser, and they all kind of just like chill there on the elevated area now. Hey Vanity, what's going on? So yeah, that's what they do. Um oh, and then I changed the title of one. So someone said to look up, because we were talking about 1/3 dolls, and then I changed it to 1/4 dolls because I realized I already did a video on 1/3 like affordable dolls. They said to look up Angel of Dream. 165 is the base price, super affordable for the beginner collector. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Oh. Rip a mint on card, gone but not forgotten. I know. I kind of wonder where they're at, you know. I wonder where they're, you know, what they're doing. If they're just vibing, you know. Holds a big mirror up to my face. I don't even remember. Oh, I was talking about enablers. That's my sister, Mooney, and she's talking about putting a mirror to my face because I'm the one that enabled her to join. You know, that's what it is. I don't, Amy, you're in here. I don't need a BJD enabler. I already am my own. There you go. Oh, and then someone thanked me because I was answering some questions there. I've been trying to answer questions on TikTok too. TikTok has been really easy to answer questions because honestly, you can make a video response, which I feel like is a feature like YouTube should implement. I can't talk implement, like to be able to do a video response. Kind of like back in the day when they used to kind of have something similar to that. Like you could do like a video response to a video. I'm not sure if you could do it to comments. I don't remember if they did that back in the day. It's me. Yeah. CV is born in my shorts, and somebody says she's gorgeous. Which doll is it? CV is a My Ballerina's Snow Queen doll. I actually have a video out there somewhere about the My Ballerina dolls, and yeah, she came like with a full face up and wig and not makeup, well yes makeup, but like clothing, and like she was a designed character, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna try to customize her, and lo and behold, specific doll, they don't sell them blank, so I had to essentially take off all the makeup myself. So that's what it is. I think my stream just skipped right now. I just saw like something weird happen right now on my stream. I don't know if it did or not. So yeah, if you want to get yours, take a look at myballerina.dolls.com, and you can find them there. Honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. They're only like $200, which is unheard of for a 1/3 scale vinyl-ish doll. Are they technically BJDs? I'm not sure if a lot of groups will let them be in there because they're technically not strung, but they're great. I really like mine a lot. I really honestly do. Like I love her to pieces, so she's great. Cheese Demon. Oh my god, this is an old video. So I did a tea time talk that was called The Problem with Pro BJD Artist Day. And basically, long story short, if you have not seen this video, back in the day, I really don't see it as much anymore, but back in the day, people got pretty vicious during Pro BJD Artist Day, which I can't even tell you what day it is. I don't even know what day it is currently. Like, I don't know on the calendar day what it is. But people used to get really like vicious. Like, there would be like, if you own Recast, then shame on you. You should burn all your dolls in a fire. Like, you're the problem. Like, just really aggressive. And so in this video, I kind of was just talking about, hey, yo, like, BJD community. Like, I mean, I'm pro artist all the way. Like, trust me. But at the same time, I don't think we need to approach this so aggressively. Because half the time, people don't know that they're buying a recap. Not, I don't even say half the time, but there's lots of cases where people buy dolls. I actually just helped somebody recently on Facebook because they had messaged me asking about a specific doll that they saw on eBay. And it's like, well, people don't know. Like, this is such a niche hobby. So, I mean, they do what you normally do when you see something that you want to buy. You look it up on Amazon or eBay or wherever, and then you're like, you buy it. So, literally, this person reached out to me and asked, hey, have you heard anything about this specific doll? And I looked at the specific doll and I was like, yo, I'm so sorry. This doll is discontinued. They don't make it anymore. Like, by the way, what site were you looking at? And it was an eBay site. And so I looked it up and I was like, yeah, unfortunately, this is a recast, eBay shop. They say that they're going to make the doll for you. If the doll is discontinued, it's not being made anymore. So therefore, it's definitely a recast, especially with the price and the questionable pictures they had. So, I mean, I think we need to kind of approach it in that way because a lot of people don't know. Now, some people do knowingly buy recasts. And, at that point, it's like, well, that's their decision. Am I going to go up to them and like slap them in the face? Like, no, like I'm not. That was their decision. And hopefully one day, they'll come back to buying legitimate dolls and support our artists that make these amazing things that we love so much. Because if not, what's going to happen is it honestly, I mean, we have had doll companies that have just bleh, they're gone. They no longer exist, because a lot of the issues with this stuff going on. So yeah, I just don't think we should really turn it, and that's what the video was about, is like, I just don't want it to turn into like a witch hunt. Even when we have people on the BJD Addicts page, if they happen to post recast pictures of dolls and they don't really flat out say that it's a recast, but we've got so many veteran people in this hobby that can actually just, they spot, like they know what a recast look like versus the real ones. They come and tell us about it. Even we're not like, hey, like, what are you doing posting recasts in our group? Like, get out of our group, We usually tell them like, hey, just per the rules, this is what it's like. We ask that you don't post any pictures of recasts. And this is not just, because we're anti-recast or whatever. This is to also protect you as well, because we don't want people to like, go after you and stuff. And then it'll cause a huge drama mess. So usually 9 times out of 10 with that stuff, people are kind of like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't realize. And, they don't post, their dolls anymore. We have had a couple people that try to fight us back. But, at the same time, it's just, I don't think it's, beneficial for us to greet this with anger, and that's what I was just talking about in that video. So she says, I've got bad experience trying to help out pro recasters. I've explained with patience to several of them why they're bad and not accepted in a lot of communities. Every time it seems to boil down to, I want it, so I'm entitled to it. I particularly remember one time where someone wanted to buy a recast of one of those overpriced limited Volks dolls, and I spent a bunch of my own time giving them alternatives that had a similar look, only to be told that they should be able to get what they want and they don't care about the artist's right to their creations. Sure, not every pro artist handles themselves well, and it's easy to sometimes snap and throw an insult instead of being constructive for the 100th time. But I think there's a lot of persecution complexes in the pro recast camp too. For example, banning recast dolls from a community or people that purposefully buy them is not bullying and persecution. It's just having a boundary and letting people reap the consequences of their actions, in my opinion. I had a friend who talked about having a private list of pro recast creators that she wouldn't personally buy from, being literally piled on by pro recasters and compared to Hitler. This was back in the Tumblr days. Ugh, God, Tumblr. Yeah, and it's not to say, like I said, not everyone's going to be like, super nice about it either. And I'm really sad to hear that you had a really bad experience. Personally, like when it gets to that point and they're just so aggressive about wanting to defend their right to buy recast dolls, I step away. That is my fire smoke detector. I'm so sorry. My husband's cooking, and whenever he cooks, it's not bad. It's just our smoke detectors are very sensitive. So we're good. I'm pretty sure my house is not on fire. So, anyway, going back to what she was saying, I'm really sorry this happened, but when it gets to that point, where it escalates to that point, and you're already wasting so much time, and obviously these people are not budging from their beliefs, I would just drop it, honestly. Like, there's no more, they already have it in their mind that they're going to be like that. And I just wouldn't even waste my time on it anymore. I'd be like, okay, sorry to hear that. And then just like, peace, because there are people that are very, very passionate about it on their side. Which is one of the main reasons why on our community page, not to necessarily say, even though we've been told millions of times, oh, BJD Addicts, you guys are just pro artists and you're anti recast. Honestly, like the rule was originally made because we just freaking hate the drama. Honestly, we freaking hate the drama. We hate the drama that comes on both sides, people that are for it and people that are against it. So honestly, at the end of the day, we just don't want the drama. Like if we could have civil conversations about recasts on the page, we would be down with it. But it never, ever happens that way. People start getting really aggressive, whether they're for it or against it. And it's just like, we don't even want to deal with it. So that's the reason why we don't even allow it. But I mean, you're right. We're not going to be able to change everybody. You can't, give everybody a hug and a kiss and they're going to get along and be happy with one another. But at the same time, I think, I think we need to be the better people, especially the veterans that are in the hobby that know about these different things. Okay, thanks, Bean. Okay, all right, I'll be in just a second. Okay, close my door. Okay, you really, really love me. Why are you so? Oh, you were outside grilling with Daddy. Say hi to chat. Hi. Bean is very sweaty and very red because she was outside. Okay, I'll be there in just a second. Okay. She's so big, right? All right. Okay, I will close the door. I will. Just a second. Okay, thanks. She's turning my lights. I forgot where I was going. At the end of the day, us veterans, we just need to keep a cool head and hopefully just help out where we can, and do what we can, because there are some people that honestly just don't know. And there will be people that honestly know. Honestly, I'll be completely 100%. I was shocked the other day because you know how YouTube, when you log in, it shows you like videos of people like, with similar interests and things like that. And this one person, I don't want to out the YouTuber or the YouTube name, but for some reason it popped up on my page and it intrigued me because they were like, "Oh, amazing, like AliExpress doll I got or whatever." And I was just like, sis, I think that's a recast. And I was thinking maybe this person doesn't know. And so I went to go look at the video. The person knew. They knew. And honestly, they had other videos too of other recasts that they got in. And then they started labeling some of the other videos flat out like blah, 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 recast box opening. And I was like, oh, okay, and I was just like, all right, I just left it as is. I mean, I did want to look just for curiosity's sake to see in the comments what people have to say. And there were a lot of the people in the YouTube community that were like, yo, that's a recast, that's art theft, like that's theft, like blah blah blah. Like, people were just like telling it, and I just stepped away from it. I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna join into that. I'm not gonna be doing that. So that's where we're at. But it's sad to see that there is a lot of people that are like that, and a lot of them try to justify it for whatever reason, and usually it's for expenses reasons, and they try to make it seem like, oh well, we're not hurting the company any bit at all, but in reality it really does. So I mean, I don't know. But at the end of the day, cheese, I really honestly would not even like entertain them. I would honestly just kind of like, if you've already said your piece with them and stuff, I would just be like, sorry, and then just like walk away and let them do what they're going to do, because you can't force people to do what you want them to do. So yes, I'm going to do one more question because, as you can hear, all my family is telling me to come and eat. And my daughter walked in and told me to come and eat. My dog is confused about the smoke detector. I'm so sorry. Fanatier says, I left my old doll group because they bullied a girl who accidentally bought a recast out of the group and legit told her to destroy it. I'm pro artist, but I'm even more anti-bully. Yeah, I know. That's the tough part. I get banning them from sales and whatnot, but they legit were openly debating if she was allowed to even participate. And when they agreed to let her in, people started leaving, so they took it back. and this was an accidental purchase. So she was generally like a newbie and her first doll, so oopsie. And then they were so nasty and felt bad when she left the group. Like, what did you expect? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, and Tumblr was, I mean, I don't even know what the scene is like on Tumblr anymore. I don't go on Tumblr. I stopped going on Tumblr because it was just turning into such a vicious, nasty community. Um, there was some good in it, and they tried to make like other like, true BJD confessions, but like positive ones. But that other blog was just horrible. It was like a cesspool of just bitter, nasty, ugly people that were just saying things that they're just for no reason. Like people were just saying things about other people's face ups, other people's dolls. It was horrible. So yeah, good riddance to that. So, yes. Jen says I accidentally bought a recast too, and I've avoided joining any online groups because I know a lot of people can be really mean about this stuff. Yeah, Jen, I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, and it's so, and that's like the whole point of that video was just to say like, hey, we need to not be so ugly. Like there's people that are going to be really aggressive too, just like Cheese said. But at the same time, we got to stick out for our other friends that honestly don't know, that we're in an accident. So, and there's a lot of people that have come back too. I've actually talked to some people that initially bought recast dolls and then they went to go legit after that. So it's not like they're going to be like that forever. You don't know. They might change, and that's what we're going to hope for. So, yes. Amy says, bro, back in the day, I literally picked pennies off the floor of my high school cafeteria from 2005 to 2006 to afford my first BJD. It's so much easier in the hobby now. It really is, honestly. I really can't understand why people are like, well, I just don't have the money for it. It's like, bro, recast dolls are almost the same as like some of the more affordable dolls in the hobby. I don't understand that, like why people still use it as a ploy, Yeah, and I feel you, Amy, like getting all those pennies and stuff. I literally had that coffee jar that had like money in it that I would dump stuff into it, and I used that to buy my BJDs. So, yeah. I'm going to see if I can find one more question. That's my daughter, I think, coming in again. Love the interview. Everyone liked the Sims. Sims was really fun once I got a hang of it because I really didn't understand how to even start it initially. And last but not least, says this is for the AsenvaBJD tips and tricks video. Planning on buying a BJD in 8 steps. This was an article that I wrote and I turned it into a video. But it says, hi Asenva, I've been watching your videos for as far as I can remember. I'm so excited that I am finally getting my first real BJD, an MU Lingwei. I have a Parabox 1/6 scale Obitsu doll, but I'm so excited to get a resin 1/4 one scale one. I've saved up all my money from my 17th birthday, and now I'm stuck in the waiting period. She's my dream, and I can't wait to hold her. Oh, that's so awesome! I love hearing the stories of people that like are getting their first dolls and things like that. It's really exciting. See this. It's really exciting. And what an awesome first one to get. An MU doll. Those are really nice. I really like the MU. Intruder alert. The family has a I know you guys see that, and now they're leaving. Like, do you see them? Do you see that? Do you see them crawling out my door? And there's Luna too. All of them just here to be here. That's what it is. Family things. Yeah. Oh my god, that's too funny. Wow, I have gotten through to at least the 3 weeks ago comments that I have not gotten to. This is great. So I know it's time to eat. Okay, I'm about to leave. We're gonna say goodbye right now. Here, come help me say goodbye. Okay, so anyway, that is pretty much all that I'm going to have time to do today. I'm thinking about doing this every Friday, maybe just doing like a streaming session to kind of go back to these comments that I never get to answer. So we'll see what we can do. But as always, we hope you have a what, Bean? Dolly Talk Tuesday. No, do we say Dollytastic Day?
Dollytastic day.
Have a Dollytastic day.
Have a dollytastic day.
Yeah. If she didn't bust your eardrums, I don't know what will. So hope you guys have an awesome day. We'll talk to you guys in another video soon. I am being dragged off to go eat food. So have a good one, guys. Have a safe weekend, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for Dolly Talk Tuesday. Okay, bye, friends. Bye.